Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Pastor K with the All About Favorite channel. You know what, y'all? I forgot to mention this yesterday. All of the eyewear that I will be wearing from now on have made the eyewear line, everybody. And like I said, some of them are exclusively for the men because the men love the square frames. And here's a bigger square frame that I just had to include. And it has a little tint in this particular piece. Also, my attire this week, different places within the state of Florida that people love to visit and favorite places. Today I'm representing Clearwater, Florida. And I will say this, all of the t-shirts this week are gifts from subscribers and they are representing their hometown. And I have a subscriber in Clearwater, Florida that sent me this. Isn't this nice? I like this t-shirt. Thank you all so much for all of the gear that you send. And don't forget the contest I'm running. Guess Pastor KZ's birthday, month and day. Gotta be exact. You can't be close. Guess my birthday. My two favorite gospel female artists, an old school one and a new school one. Guess two of my favorite colors and 5 of my favorite R&B singers, and they have to be in order. I don't know, I might get lax with that. Just if you get them all right, you will get one of my favorite coffee mugs. So don't forget, I named some people last week who you could not get the answer from, and you all know who you are, who's exempt from participating. All right, y'all, we're talking Real Talk Week, and let's continue this. And as I said, I believe all of this content that I'm giving you, it will bless you. And what do I mean by that? I am saying it will be beneficial to you. And if it's not beneficial to you, share it with somebody else. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up, like the video, comment, and share. Don't forget, I have an email address. Feel free to email me, okay? Now, yesterday we talked about being just tired, mentally exhausted. But today I want to go a little bit further and talk about something else and ask you this question. Are you a person who cares way too much about what other people think of you? Do you care way too much about what people think of you? You know what? Let's break this up a little bit. Self-esteem starts in the home, I believe. And remember, my disclaimer, full disclaimer here. I am not an expert or a guru. I'm just giving you my opinion and thoughts based on the things you want to talk about. And I believe self-esteem starts in the home. Your self-worth should not be based solely on your physical appearance. Because besides, we already know that physical appearances change over the years. So you should not just based on how you feel by how you look solely on your physical appearance. When you care too much about what other people think, and that might include family. That includes a whole wide range of people. And what it involves is you wanting to be accepted, you wanting to be approved of or validated by these people. And when you focus more on what other people's opinions are about you, they begin to influence how you see yourself. See, you have to be very careful of what you are feeding in your spirit, what you are allowing in your spirit, and who you're allowing in your ear, because sometimes that gets to penetrating in your thought process and you begin to actually believe those statements. When someone tells you, well, I give you an illustration of this. When you hear little boys grow up to be men, and they say, well, I ain't gonna never be nothing. That's what my mom always told me. I'm just like my daddy. I ain't bleep. So you grow up from a child to a man believing that. So you use that as an excuse to justify your bad behavior. Or when you hear someone always telling little girls, you're fat. Oh, you're too dark skinned. Oh, that's another topic right there. Racism and colorism within the race. Y'all didn't hear me right there. Some little girls grow up, especially if they are of a darker hue, and they're beautiful sisters, dark-skinned sisters out there who all their life have always been compared to the lighter-skinned child. So that child grows up not thinking that little girl grows up thinking she is not pretty, because the standard by which it has been denoted as pretty and beautiful The little girls don't look like her. Her hair doesn't look like their hair. So you have to be careful of what you let influence you and who you allow to say things and speak about you and speak over you. Even as a child, as you grow into teenage years, that really gets to kids, especially little girls who suffer with bulimia a lot because they've been told, you fat. I don't want you to be fat. So this little girl grows up into even adulthood and she doesn't eat. You know, I had the opportunity to work alongside a young lady, and she was of another ethnicity, but she and I became very close friends, still are to this day. She was always told, and she has 4 other sisters, and she was always compared to them, and she's the third daughter, because it's 2 ahead of her. Yes, so she's the third baby. I guess we call that the knee baby. And she was always being compared to others. So she always felt like she was in competition. She had to look like them, be like them. So I noticed for lunch, every day she would eat 3 saltine crackers and drink a bottle of water. And then when we would have like office parties or we go out to dinner, she never orders anything but just a salad with no dressing and water. So I happened to ask her one day, I said, what, do you ever eat food? And she's like, well, no, because I don't want to be fat, because my mom always said she didn't want me to be fat. And you know what she did? She ended up marrying a man who does the same thing to her. Always tell her, I don't want you to be fat. Now, mind you, in her mind, she saw herself as fat, y'all, and she wasn't even a size 3. Tall, and you know, the taller you are as a woman, she was about 5'10", and if she was a size 3, that's pressing it. So you have to be careful of what you allow people to say over you. Other people's opinions, do you care too much about what they think about you? How you see yourself can lead to low self-esteem. Y'all, if you don't know who you are, you will allow other people to tell you who you are. I said a word right there. I just spoke to somebody right there. If you don't know who you are, you will allow other people to tell you who you are. Now you can write that down and say, Pastor KZ said those words. Stop doubting yourself. Start loving yourself. Get comfortable in your own skin. Learn to accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all. And if there's something about you that you don't like, and not based on what someone else is saying, but if it's something about you that you don't like, then you make the necessary changes, adjustments, or modifications. But you don't change and modify who you are and what you look like based on what someone else is saying because you want to please and satisfy them. Be who you are. Keep it real and be real. Now, it's all right to give yourself love. Let me say this another way. It's okay to give yourself self-love. Y'all got me on that? See, if you don't love yourself, how in the world are you going to know how to love somebody else? If you don't love yourself, people will, you just an open vessel for people to come in and just dictate who you are. You are an easy target for narcissists. You are an easy target to be gaslighted. You got to love yourself first before you're able to love somebody else. You've got to feed yourself, as Mary J says, before you feed somebody else. Because if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be no good to anybody. Again, that's real talk. Love yourself. And don't let nobody tell you who you are, what you can or cannot be in life. You've got to have self-esteem and self-worth and understand you deserve better, you deserve more. And you know what? Don't let nobody tell you you're pretty. You need to tell yourself that. You need to feel beautiful yourself. Wake up in the morning and say, Lord, I thank you for just another day. And I thank you for the creation that you made, because you made me in your likeness, in your image. And you said everything you made was good and very good, and that includes me. Y'all get yourself focused, find your balance, walk in favor always. Love yourself. Don't care about what other people think and dictate who you are. It's okay to want to make a good impression, but don't let nobody feed in your spirit that you're not beautiful, you're not handsome, guys, and you're not worth it, and you're not smart and intelligent. Go ahead on. Be you. Take your stroll, queens. Take your stroll, kings. I see y'all tomorrow.